Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good evening, boys. Thank you so much for your participation during the class. It was fantastic. Bravo for all of you. Okay, so today we have learned about the traditions. It was the first lesson of Unit 1, right? And it's page number 5 on your social studies book. Very interesting. We enjoyed a lot, right? So let us go through all the important points quickly within this summary video, right? What are traditions? Let us know. Traditions are practices, all manners that are passed from one generation to another generation, right? And traditions have existed for a long, long time. And generations feel proud when they follow the tradition of their grandparents. And traditions are fixed, they never change. They are usually related to specific times and celebrations. So, very easy definition. What we have understood about these traditions that stays for a long time and from one generation to another generation, these traditions are passing, right? And they're fixed, never change. For example, I gave you an example of Eid al-Adha, right? Eid al-Adha. On Eid al-Adha, all Muslims around the globe, they are celebrating Eid al-Adha. They are wearing, different new clothes and the family lunch, and especially the sacrifice. It's a really important part, kind of the Eid al-Adha. But, so every year we are celebrating. For example, Eid al-Adha is, the best qualification of traditions in I would say, for example, if you say here, traditions are practice and manners that pass from one generation to another. Definitely, Eid al-Adha, since long time, thousands of years ago, the all Muslims are celebrating Eid al-Adha every year. So, for a long time, tradition existed and they never changed it. Every year, we are following the same routine on Eid al-Adha, right? That we are sacrificing the animals and the children, kids, they're wearing new clothes and we having family lunches or dinner, right? Furthermore, you see here the last thing, the specific time and celebration. So in every year, in the month of in the month of the Hajj, we are celebrating. There is another famous tradition in Arab world that is the woman in Arab world, and usually now in the rest of the world they're also using the henna to draw on their hands and feet, right? This tradition has been going for thousands of years. Definitely, it's the women, our families, they are usually trying on specific occasion, like wedding ceremonies, right, or Eid days, and many other functions that they're using henna right, on their hands and feet. So, but further, next part was about the India. Right? The first, now we have understood about the tradition of Arab world. Now we are going to understand the tradition of India. In England, the cricket is a game, right? It's a folklore. It's a traditional belief. Since long, long time, the people they are playing this game in England, right? And what they do exactly that there are 11 players in each team and they play with a ball that is slightly smaller than a baseball and with a bat the shape like a paddle here in the picture you can see there's the batsman playing with the bat and next is about Russia. In Russia we saw there's a tradition of matryoshka dolls. The moms they are preparing these types of dolls as you can see in the picture. The dolls right for their daughters, and they think that when they play with these dolls, so they can become the better mothers in future. Very important traditions. A thousand of years ago, this tradition is passing in Russia, right, from one generation to another generation. And next, the last tradition we saw is about Algeria. It's a carpet making tradition. Very important tradition in Russia, in Algeria. The women, they are making these carpets in their home, right? And it's usually they're using wool and goat hairs to make these carpets, right? The carpets, they're often form the most important decorative elements in the household, right? So they're using these carpets in Algeria as a decoration in their house, and it's also a tradition that in Algeria a long time the people are following. So that's it then. I hope you have understood about these traditions, right? Tradition of Russia, about England, Arab, Algeria. Okay, so now here let's see the exercise of this lesson. The question number one is describe a tradition that you and your family follow. As I've told you, the tradition of Eid al-Adha, usually all the Muslim around the world, they're following this tradition. But you can write the answer according to your own mind, right? But it should be the traditional thing, right? The tradition now you have understood long existed for a long, long time, passing from one generation to another generation. Keep these things in your mind when you will be writing the answers of these questions. Question number two, how often does the family participate in the traditions? Definitely every year, like after in the month of the Hajj, we are celebrating Eid al-Adha. If anything else in your mind, you can write according to your marks. Then circle the best answer for each question. What are traditions? Here you can see that they are things we should never do. No. They are rules in our community. No. And option C, they are manners that are passed from one generation to another generation. Yes, it's absolutely true. So the option C is the best answer for this question. What are traditions? Okay, then number two, which statement is correct about traditions? They are fixed, they never change. Yes, it's absolutely correct. So the option A is correct. Let us see the further two options as well. Option B is anyone can change any tradition whenever they want. No, not at all. It's wrong. And C, sometimes traditions are fixed, sometimes they can change. No, it's also wrong. So question number one, what are traditions? Option C is the right answer. And question number two, which statement is correct about traditions? Option A is the right answer. So you must complete it on your book. And this is the end of today's lesson. Thank you so much again for your participation during the class. Keep up the same spirit in your mind, right? And let us go through with the same passion, right? While you'll be learning so many new things in this subject. It's really interesting. I would suggest you guys to read from your books, try to understand, try to watch, different other things. Try to ask your grandparents that about the traditions that we are following. Right. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much. Right now, I'm signing off. See you again soon.